All right, so this is a follow-up to that first video. It was a lot of negatives. This is gonna be a little bit negative, but a lot of positives. So here we go. How can we fix a lot of this stuff? Well, it's simple. We don't own anything as it stands. I don't care where on this ball of dirt you live. You don't own anything. You don't own anything. Let's be real about this. You can pretend like you own stuff. You can act like you're entitled to stuff, but let's be real. You don't own anything. Not even the people in charge are those so-called billionaires, trillionaires. They don't even own anything. All right? Because if they own anything, let's be real, the value of anything would never go down. Stock market would never crash. The dollar value in any world, any country they deemed necessary, those value wouldn't go down either. But pay attention, it all fluctuates, it all drops, it all devalues, it all shifts. So which means nobody owns anything. You're literally at the whim of the person next to you. To value anything you so-called own, which means you do not own it. And here's the thing. Here's the biggest thing that you don't own anything. If you have something and it breaks, what do you do with it? Throw it out, right?
Throw it out or try to
fix it. If you buy a house, what you do when you get done with it?
Sell it.
So how did you own it in the first place?
No, it's not only that though. As long as you're paying taxes on something, it's not yours.
Not just, it's not taxes. As long as you're paying a fee.
A fee.
On anything, you don't own it. So in
yours.
other words, this stuff right here, I told everybody I'll never pay for another cell phone again. Ever. I will never put money on a cell phone again. Actually, I'm pissed off that I even bought this stupid fucking thing. I am paying extra for it. It's a lease. That's all it has ever been. If you own it, you wouldn't have to be paying for it after you put the initial price down. And even then, you still don't own it. One more line. You still don't own it. Because when you're done with it, somebody else have it, right? So aren't you just using it until you're done with it? What that sounds like to you? Sounds like a lease, right?
Lease, rental.
Rental?
Lease, whatever.
So everything in your possession, you're just using it until you're done with it. So you rent it. Some rentals are long-term rentals. You pay the price now and you keep it until it breaks or until you give it to somebody else. Some rentals are short-term rentals. You get it now and you sell it to someone else. That's a short-term rental. You're literally getting back half of what you paid the initial use for, right? That's a rental. If you pay for insurance, when it breaks, what happens? You give them back and they give you still pay a fee, and then you give it back to them when you're done. Look at all your cell phones. Carriers now are starting to do it, which I don't know why it's not a worldwide thing, but hey, that's up to the rest of the world. When you use a cell phone, if you have the cell phone and you don't have the cell phone towers to use it, the thing is technically a brick. It's a good handheld gaming machine. Well, at that point, I could buy a Switch, a PlayStation handheld. I could buy one of the NVIDIA handheld things. Same damn thing. I can buy a tablet. Don't have a phone feature on it, but it plays games and watch movies and stuff. That's what this thing becomes. Just a small tablet without the cell phone feature.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you're still just renting this thing, no matter how much you pay for it, which means you should not pay any carrier for one of these things. Period. Again, I must be stupid, but I told them I am done paying for these things. Done. Not buying another one. Y'all got me before, y'all ain't getting me no more. I pay my cell phone bill, and that's all I pay. Because I'm leasing this thing. You want me to use your service? provide the tool needed to pay for the service.
Right.
This is why I don't like Comcast or any internet service provider that charge you a fee for the modems.
Yes.
Because same exact thing. You want me to use your service, you need to provide the tools to use the service. No, they want to charge you an extra fee for the modem to use their service. Do you see how much sense that don't make? But here how we fix it. First, we need to acknowledge the fact that we don't own nothing. That's the entire thing was to get to that point. We don't own nothing. The house you live in, you don't own it. The car you drive, you don't own it. The bike you ride, you don't own it. So why not we just lease the damn things? And I'm not talking go to the car dealership and pay $40,000 for something totally pointless. Absolutely pointless. You buy a house, the towns, we're talking about this, the towns can build the homes and then rent it to you at a cost. The towns will never have to worry about where the income coming from for that town if they own the homes in the town. They don't have to worry about taxes. They don't have to worry about who paying taxes and who not paying taxes. If you have the house, you want something to fix, guess what? The contractors that will come and fix the house or what usually build a house, they work for the town now. They will be considered government employees. They build the homes, maintain the homes, and all you do is go live in it and pay a fee every month. That would solve homelessness.
Yes.
There is so much way to solve homelessness. It's absolutely mind-numbing. So you go to work doing stupid stuff, either working for the government, cleaning the streets. We need people to clean the streets. Guess what? That's a job. If the towns actually build homes, rent the homes, and then the people who are working in those homes go around and either fix, maintain, build, or clean the streets as a part of payment to live in that house, that saves both money for the town, it creates job for the people, it creates stability, and most importantly, the town will have more money than it knows what the hell to do with. That's a simple fix. Again, y'all gonna say I'm stupid. The mega smart people will come in and say something dumb as usual. They have nothing smart to say. And try to find a hole in that logic. But if you think about it for 2 seconds, you see there's no hole in that logic. Again, you don't own anything. You don't own it now, and you'll never own it no matter what you do. Because if the home you purchase is literally not what you're paying taxes for, but the property it's sitting on, when will you ever own a home? Oh, I'm moving, let me move the house. Do you know how much it costs to move a house? Some houses can't even be moved.
Some houses can't be moved. Yep.
So you'll never own the home. And people go, oh, let's get rid of property taxes. Why would you do that? Isn't that just more taxes you're going to pay somewhere else? You're literally asking for more taxes in shopping, in work, in they're going to start charging these just stupid fees for no apparent reason. Guess what that is? Property taxes. Your car insurance might go through the roof because now the city or town or area you buy the state you bought the car in going to have to charge you money somehow. And guess where they're going to go? They're going to start going after the companies who charge, yes, insurance to jack up your insurance rate so they can pay more taxes. Y'all keep thinking no property tax is a good thing. There's a couple of states that don't have property taxes. You start asking those people how much taxes they pay everywhere else, and they'll tell you their taxes, hidden fees are all over the place. You pay fees in places you didn't know you need to pay fee on. And if they don't do that, just like Arkansas, because I think Arkansas is kind of close to one of them, they go bankrupt.
Yep.
This is why red states are so hurting. It's really not. It's not. It's not. This is not. This is not some magic pill. This is common sense. And again, there's people running around with PhDs, doctorates, keep thinking the current system makes sense.
Because it's good for them.
I don't care how good something is for you. Chocolate is good for you. Chocolate is delicious. Sweets are delicious. Some foods are delicious. Riding a bike is nice and fun. But isn't there danger in doing all of that?
Yeah, there is. But
So if you're gonna neglect the danger just for the fun, then when shit hits the fan, you have nothing to complain about, do you? So yeah, it's not because it's good for me now, don't mean later I might not end up in a place I shouldn't be in.
that is true.
You know, you're doing 100 miles an hour, there's a brick wall in front of you. What you gonna do? You're gonna hit that wall 100 miles an hour hoping it's not a brick wall, or you're gonna actually slow down and stop and change course? Because that's what's going on. And there's people with PhDs and doctorates that think this is sustainable. Applying the MAGA smarts.
Like you said, they have been working towards it for the past 50 years. It's slow and steady, baby.
Talk about perpetrating your own demise.
Still slow and steady.
Talk about perpetrating your own demise.
You know how much
knowing
people
you're gonna hit a brick wall and still have your foot on the gas.
You know how much people
Holy
they
crap.
step on and kill for this?
Can you imagine that for a second? Knowing you're gonna hit a brick wall and still have your foot to the pedal.
They've been working on it for 50 years, man. You think they're gonna stop now? Please. You just don't want to be in the way when it happens.
I don't want to be around to even witness this happening.
Okay, then. You don't
I want to
wanna
be
in the
somewhere. I
way.
want to get my ass. I honestly, if I could right now, I'd be on a plane with my crap to Japan, or the very least, the European continent,
Somewhere.
because I mean, not saying it's much better over there anywhere, but something is always better than nothing. The grass may not be greener, but at least it's not
You can
dry
help water
either.
it. You can go there and help water it.
Yeah, it's not dry either. Okay, so it's not a total wasteland. It's as this place is slowly becoming, because as you can, if you're still sleeping, you might want to wake up, because this place is becoming a total wasteland. Almost, I think the number just shot up. Almost half the people in this country cannot afford to live in the house they currently live in, much less to go find a new one. So you explain that part to me, how this is not a wasteland, or slowly becoming a wasteland. There's less food and products on the shelves to purchase. I just looked in Amazon the other day, and stuff that was in Amazon, in the carts or on the list, they're no longer available. And on the bottom it says, don't know when it's going to be back in stock. There used to be more options on your shelves when you go to the store. You notice how those options are slowly dwindling? They used to go to the store when cell phones just come out. When you go into the store, you used to see, oh my goodness, you had so much choices to make, you didn't know where to start. Now you're going to the store, you only have 3 choices. No, you have 3 choices.
Yeah,
It's really only 3 choices.
only that. That's it.
You go to Best Buy, you might get a little bit more. You might get 4 or 5 choices. But you go places like Europe, the choices didn't dwindle. In fact, the choices went up. They have more choices now than they did before. But yet, We have less choices. Starting to sound like a wasteland yet? There's people in this country, so-called the greatest country in the world, can't even find drinking water. Make that sink in. The people right now living in this country can't find clean water to drink. Make that sink in.
That is true. And they're born and raised there.
Okay? So the only way to fix this is for us to realize, especially those Karens and those male Karens, they have male Karens now.
Yeah, they always had them.
Yeah,
They've always been there.
So start realizing that we don't own nothing. We need to stop pretending like we own anything to begin with. That's how we fix this. You ever notice you go to the store and you try to buy something or try to return something, and the worker behind the desk, the person behind the desk who's getting shit paid, gets shitted on. The employer don't even see you as absolutely nothing. Pretend like the stuff in the store belongs to them.
Oh God, yes.
That is the
craziest thing I've ever seen. It's crazy.
That's not even crazy. That's beyond crazy as far as I'm concerned. The company you work for, the stuff you're protecting, these people don't even care about you, and you're protecting their assets? Talk about delusional.
And that's why we have who we have running the scene. Who we have in charge. That's how we get who we have in charge. It's pretty words. And people, and here the man says, I love the uneducated.
Okay then.
Because they vote for me. Because the uneducated are not gonna pick up their phone and do their own research.
So yes, there is ways to fix this. And that's just one of the many ways to fix this problem. And
Do
if
your own research.
And if you haven't noticed, if y'all really haven't been paying attention to your own actions, let me call attention to your own actions. If y'all haven't paid attention, don't y'all realizing how much y'all getting used to not having as much?
Yeah, it don't make it become normal, because it shouldn't be normal.
No, that will become the norm, because that is the norm everywhere else.
It shouldn't be though.
The Chinese don't buy a lot of crap. The Mexicans don't buy a lot of crap.
Chinese
Jamaicans don't buy a lot of crap.
Minimalistic people.
Japanese don't buy a lot of crap.
They only use what they need.
Look in a lot of these countries. There's homes in Japan right now selling for like dirt cheap. They're not buying them. Why? They want the one apartment. They don't mind living in the one apartment. The one bedroom apartment. They don't mind it. Because they realize that you don't need 90% of the crap you buy. Again, you don't own it. So why grab this crap that you don't need anyways? And that's becoming normal if you haven't been paying attention yet. You're going to stores, you're going to the flea markets, you're going wherever, and you're just walking past stuff, and you're not even paying attention that you don't even realize that you don't want that shit anyways.
You don't need it.
So let me draw attention to you. So as soon as we start realizing that we don't need that crap anyways, which is becoming normal, more and more people are buying smaller and smaller homes. People are living now comfortably in tiny homes.
People are growing their own vegetables, their own fruits.
People don't want to go shopping anymore. People are actually using their backyards
as their own garden.
Okay?
There's
using their
food all
backyards.
around us.
More and more people are starting to do this. More and more people stop going out to eat as much. More and more people are buying less at the grocery stores. Some because they can't buy more, and some because they're choosing to not buy more. And when they buy, they're not buying junk. They're buying good, wholesome stuff. Off the junk that's on the store shelves, of course. They're buying stuff that will last them longer than less. You notice, you go to the store now, you're not buying Sliced cheese, you kind of buy a block of cheese and you cut it up yourself. It's just simple little actions you're taking that you're probably not even paying attention that you're doing it. Whether it's out of necessity or just straight your own actions. People are not eating as much as they used to. Because of diets? No, because you're realizing mentally that you don't need it. Whether it's a choice or not, you're realizing mentally you don't need it. People are not buying clothes like they used to. People are actually you go to the thrift stores and other stores, people are keeping their clothes longer now.
Mm-hmm.
It might be necessity. It might be the fact that they realize they don't need to replace their clothes every 5 freaking minutes. Because when you buy a pair of shoes now, 10 years later, it's the same pair of freaking shoes that's sitting on the damn shelf. So why buy a new one?
Why buy? But if the shoes is not broke, why are you gonna throw it out?
People are realizing this. Again, y'all can believe what you want, but pay attention to your lifestyle now, what you're doing. Some of it might be because of necessity. Other part of it is because choices. The necessity bring the choices. So you start doing something out of necessity, and guess what? It becomes a habit. Mm-hmm. So you see all these expensive homes that they're building, these $500,000 homes? Unless you need a house that big, I'm going to say it. I can't be 100% wrong on this, but I don't think I am. More people are going to be living in smaller homes in the near future than bigger ones. So all these BlackRock people, they can go buy up all them big homes if they want to. They ain't going to get nobody in them. They're going to sit there and rot. Florida, I think it's Florida, and there's another state that's doing it. They're starting to build tiny homes, and there's another one that passed a law that you can actually build tiny homes and put it on properties. And the response has been out of this world. More people are building tiny homes. More people are dumping their shit in their houses. It's happening in my house. I can tell you that for a fact. People are getting rid of stuff. Take a look at the Facebook marketplace. More and more stuff. People are listing stuff and nobody's really buying them.
Yeah, they'll be on there for a while and then they just go free.
Nobody's buying them.
Nobody's buying them.
That should literally spark in your head like, yeah, this trend is picking up and it's not going away. Nobody's buying that shit anymore. Not because they don't want to, because people do have money probably to buy them, but they realize they're thinking now twice before they buy it. Do I really need it? I've went to yard sales and watched people just walk around the yard sales and walk away. And there's stuff there that they want. Oh, look at this is nice. And they see them put it back down and walk away. I don't need it, so I'm not buying it.
People are now giving into their needs and not
their wants.
Their wants. If I want it, it's not necessary. If I need it, it means I can't do without it. Mm-hmm. So let me get it because I need it,
not because I want it. There you go. Now, why? Okay, so everybody keeps saying the car market. I watched this one guy on the YouTube, and he talks about the car market and his dealership all the time. Get his name? I don't know his name. I never care about the names. And he said there's people buying cars under $3,000, and there is. And the reason why people are buying cars under $3,000 is because those cars tend to break a lot faster. Because they have through 100,000, 150,000 on them. So these cars will break a lot faster. But people will see that it's easier to spend $3,000 on a car that you're going to drive to work. You're going to beat it up anyways, driving back and forth to work, because that's what you really buy a car that low for. Just to get back and forth to work, or maybe just get to the grocery store because you don't need whatever. People are realizing that. Why would I spend $50,000? Because also, part of the thing was he can't find used cars at that low price at the auctions anymore. I almost forgot that part. So which means, he said it, not me, that people are not trading in their cars like they used to because they're getting cheaper the longer they own them, which is facts. Bring me right back to my point. People are buying stuff they need and not what they want. So now that will become the trend in the United States sooner than later, because it only takes 7 days. No,
I think
seven
days
days of doing something constantly before it becomes a habit. This is going to be months, if not years, of people doing the same exact thing. You think it's not going to become the next habit the United States pick up? Yeah. This is why I keep telling you, these CEOs, they are so detached from reality. It's not even funny. So when I keep saying that people are not going to buy these homes at these BlackRocks and these big conglomerates, or these investors are investing hoping they can sell them back at high prices, yeah, not going to happen. Because people are going to start buying minimal, smaller homes. And if they can get a tiny house for the same price as a big, for far less than a big one, and they can still have the same usability as a big one in a smaller one,
there you go.
Why the hell would they buy a big one if they're very comfortable in their tiny homes?
Right.
Do you know how much people, right now, if you sit down and talk to the people around you, ask them, they use their bedrooms, and they're 90% of them are going to tell you no, they don't use their bedrooms. Couches are getting so damn comfortable that people are falling asleep on their couches instead of their damn beds. So please explain to me why people are going to be buying homes with 6 and 7 bedrooms when they don't even use it. It's cheaper for you to rent a hall to invite people to have a party than it is to pay for a home for the indefinite future.
Ain't that the truth?
And people are going to realize that, I don't need a 7-bedroom home. I can just sell them to the hotel, and they stay there for a few days, and when they're done, they go away, and I don't have to worry about cleaning up or taking care of their shit.
Amen.
That mentality will sink in
eventually
after all this crap is over with.
Yep.
And here's another thing what people are doing. You know, these, let me say it right, these white people. Whiteness is a mentality. Black people are white. Mexicans are white. Hindus are white. Chinese are white. Pick one. Whiteness is a mentality. These white people think, I need to live on my own. Come to realize if you live with someone else, your rent's cheaper, your bills are cheaper, your mortgage is cheaper. Your cost of living drops tremendously. And most of them are actually doing it. Living either with their parents, living with their kids, whatever you want to call it. They're taking their homes, their current homes, selling it, moving to their parents, uncles, whatever the hell they want to do with, expanding that home, and living there. And it's exponentially cheaper. The same things they used to complain about Mexicans and black people and Indians and all the races they used to complain about. Now they're doing it. And realizing that shit makes sense. Why you think that's not going to take off? After enough people start doing it. And then start sharing that experience that, this shit makes sense. It's cheaper. I can actually live with my parents or my uncles or my brother or my sister and pay a third of what I used to pay living by myself. And now I can buy the car I want. I can go to places I want. I can do all the traveling I want. I can spend the money on the useless nonsense that I want. You think they're going to buy a home? Homes are quite literally going to become useless.
Not homes become useless. Mansions.
In value.
Mansions
in value.
Are going to become useless.
No.
10,
homes.
12,
Period.
15 bedroom homes are going to become useless.
Yes. Them things.
Tiny homes, everybody. Oh, and you know what's a big thing now? It's the movable homes.
Yeah.
The motor homes.
People
That's
going to live in those.
Thing now.
Somebody's going to say, so if I buy this property here, I turn into a mobile park and I turn into a mobile park, I get a whole bunch of other people to move in on my property with their little tiny homes, and my bill become practically zero. I'm looking for property just to turn into a park again, so I can freaking do that. See, I just gave away a business idea. I should have never did that.
Should have never done that.
See,
You gotta go check him.
again, I must be the stupidest person on planet Earth. But hey, you keep doing you. And again, first you have to realize you don't own nothing. That's how we get to fixing this.